Okay, I'm looking at X's here. It might be wanting to make a move short. I want to take it underneath. No, no. If it starts popping up here, it's definitely going to be no trade. But if it does look like it wants to fail right here and drop underneath VWAP, I would like to short it underneath the whole number. Okay, nothing there. We're a little too far away from VWAP for this one for me. Plus there's going to be resistance right here at 55, but there's a lot of buying going on there. Facebook might want to drop here. If it does want to fail, I do want to short it here. That's a pretty big red move, and looks like it's starting to fail at VWAP right now. Let's see, getting at 40, could risk about 60 cents. I think 200 shares is all I really want on this. Nothing else really moving right now. SPY's really moving up. Everything's really moving up right now. It's probably not a good idea to short. And the 5 minute just made a big doji. I mean, it's definitely not a clean opening range break play. So nope, no trades so far. Okay, I'm watching Snap here. It's been failing quite some time to really try and get through these moving averages in the VWAP. So I'm going to take a VWAP bounce off of this, and I want to short it underneath 8 cents here. It's definitely been trying to get up there, but it just hasn't been, and tech's starting to roll over here. And just as I say that, tech is now no longer rolling over. It just bounced. Now it's moving up pretty hard again. I'm probably not going to try and short anything today because everything is very, very green. Okay, I'm going to be done for the day. It's going to be another day of nothing. Really surprised at this whole week, honestly, just with how slow everything is, I guess. It's not really that it's slow. It's just that I'm not finding any of my setups. I mean, just looking at this crazy SPY run that we've had the past week now since the open of the new year. I mean, it's just everything is just really strong green, and it's not that I'm not really finding anything that's moving. It's just that my strategies, my setups, my patterns, they just aren't showing up a lot. So what I've been debating about for the past few days, I guess, is going back to my old strategy where well, let me see if I can find. Actually, there was one today. I think this one was open, and I had a gap and go strategy where I would, if a stock gaps down and it pops up at the open, I would short it right as it broke through underneath and made a new low of the day. So in this case, it would have been a pretty good one. But I don't think Twitter did anything. No, Twitter never set up for it. I mean, I'll just include that with my opening range breakout trades. There was a 2 to 5 bar pullback strategy that was done by this guy named Shlomo Cooper. I sit around in the TradeNet chat room sometimes, and I'm subscribed to Mir Barak's YouTube channel, and he posted a video about this 2 to 5 pullback strategy, really, that I guess he just uses all the time, and basically it's just wherever you see 2 to 5 bars that are pulling back after a significant move, something like JP Morgan here on the 5s even, you get this huge move up and then it pulls back 2 bars, you would take it long over the break of this candle here, and then obviously profit target, stop loss wherever you want to put it. I'll have to look into that one a little bit more. I don't know if I'm going to trade that one with real money yet, but I think I'll probably use that one for practice, start seeing how I feel about it. And then there was one more. It was just a really simple, if I spot a hidden buyer, I buy, and then if he disappears, my stop loss is him disappearing, and same thing on the sell side. If there's a huge seller, you short, and if he gets taken out, then you just cover. So it sets up for a really nice, super low risk, high reward kind of trade. And I actually saw one today, I believe it was on Facebook even. Facebook had a guy sitting at this 180 whole number here. You can see kind of chopping around in here. I mean, there's plenty of times and opportunities. If he's there and I short here, I can take 5 cents off of it. It's like a 5-to-1 risk reward because I'm only risking a penny. Worst case scenario is, something like this does happen, but chances are I could get out a lot quicker than getting out at the top of that move or something. So that's definitely one that I'll be paying attention to as well, because that'll be a really good time and sales and level 2 exercise. Just spotting those things, and it's kind of like an order flow trade, really. Just making sure that you're on the right side, not the wrong side. So I kind of want to combine this with the weekly recap. So definitely not a great yesterday. I mean, I'm not going to say it was a terrible week, but yesterday was pretty ugly, just in the sense of just nothing worked. I mean, you're not going to win every single trade. I didn't really do anything wrong. It's just none of these trades had any follow through to it at all. I was pretty much down immediately. You can see my max P&L was only a 1-to-1 on the second Tiva trade that I took, but as for these two, I wasn't in the money for a second. I mean, I was only in them for a minute. So the first winner that I had of the year was this VIPS trade. Super short, super simple, super easy. Did what I thought it would do. That's what I should say. Moved up right as I entered. Time and sales wasn't the best on my side, but good enough. Could have added as it made a new recent high. This is a VWAP bounce trade, right? Yes, it was. I also added a new I don't know what it's called, new column, new something to keep track of for was the time and sales in my favor. So that's another thing that I'm going to start keeping track of. What I would like to see this one show me is that all of my winners and all of my no drawdown trades are all time and sales in my favor, because if that is the case, then I can definitely eliminate a lot of extra losses, because I know that if the numbers are that crazy in my favor, then I want to know that as soon as it's not in my favor, then I could just get out of the trade. Super tiny losses. So that's definitely something I'll probably find out towards the end of the month, really, if maybe even next month, if that's a really good indicator or not as to what it is that I'm trying to get bigger profits and be more aggressive and everything. But commissions were pretty ridiculous this week too. I spent it's almost $32 in commissions yesterday. So I mean, I'm sitting down pretty low on the month so far, almost down $500. I just need to catch a win. I need to catch a break here. I need something to really go in my favor. I know it's just a matter of time until it happens, but I don't know. I'm not too discouraged, honestly. I'm just part of the trading journey, I guess. Only 1 for 4 on the week. So yeah, down total about $450. But just kind of going into the review. So I got the VIPS trade here. Had a huge bull run candle here, pulling back to the VWAP. Definitely like it because the 9 EMA is coming right up on it, and I want to take it high over the break of the most recent candle. Kind of like that 2 to 5 bar pullback, or just like a candle over candle trade, and you're just taking it over the high. So level 2 looks pretty good. Oh, that is not what I want to do. What I really want to check here is if time and sales is in my favor. So far, yes. I would say yeah, to start off, because you got that big buyer there, big buyer here, tiny sellers, bunch of bigger numbers in here, and big seller there. I would say yes for this one. You know, it doesn't have to be as soon as you enter, but it definitely has to be relatively after you do. At least within about 10-15 seconds. And that's another thing that I've been noticing is it's obviously huge red prints, but the arrow is up and the stock is moving up. So we get a pretty good move up, and then we got the 10, we got a huge seller here. And it's the same way on this side. You got these huge green prints, but they're all on down ticks. So then we get a tick up on this guy. So I'm guessing that this is, so if someone's selling 10,000 shares, is that 100,000 shares? Somebody's selling 100,000 shares. This definitely is 100,000 shares, so some of that was probably fake. So if he's selling, somebody has to buy from him. But I just don't understand why it's printing. It's all highlighted red. That's just what I don't get. Either way, it's good because it went up in my favor. It broke through him, and the thing wants to move higher now. So now at this point, I'm up 7 cents on the trade, and I was only risking 6, 7. So yeah, right now I'm sitting at a 1-to-1. So right here is where I should be looking to take profits. I just need to find some reason, maybe on time and sales, maybe on level 2, that it's going to tell me I need to get out of this trade. And that was it right there. So I took off most. See the big sellers, big numbers. Level 2 still holding on that 10. Oh, it was also the SPY was really dropping, so it made me kind of nervous about holding it for a long anymore. See, now the tape's really starting to slow down. It's starting to slow down, so not too many people are trying to buy. And here's the other thing. It's fine if I exit this trade right now, but the trade isn't over. If buying starts to pick up again, this thing could still go and retest and make a new high a day. Which I'm fairly certain that it did. But it looks like I wasn't watching it. So yeah, I mean, you can see the volume spike right here on that candle. You can see that it exploded and started at least trying to retest and make a new high a day. But there's nothing wrong with adding back into this trade. There was an interview that I listened to a long time ago about a guy saying that cash is also a position. And the way that I took that was, that doesn't mean that you have to trade every single day. Holding out, just sitting on your hands and not doing anything is also, you know, taking a position on things, where no trade is a trade. Well, another thing that I think about is that just because you exit a trade, now you're just sitting on cash. That doesn't mean that you have to sit cash and not enter back in the trade. You can always enter back in the trade if time and sales and level 2 and everything is starting to be in your favor still. So that's just another case where I could have done that. That's just something to also pay attention to in the future. So I mean, it could have been a pretty, maybe $100 winner. That's not it. This is it. So I probably could have added back in, maybe not another 1,000 shares or so, but maybe like 500 shares and taken another 50 bucks out of this. Could have happened. We don't know. Then we got the bad day. Alright, so first case was Tiva. Everything I took was a symmetrical triangle. Yeah, none of my triangles are working. That's another thing that I was thinking about too. This year so far. So symmetrical triangles obviously have the 1, the 2, the 3, and the 4 pattern. But something that I'm thinking about is that the SPY and every other market that's going on right now doesn't have this kind of consolidation like a symmetrical triangle would. If the markets are just gonna run up and be crazy bullish, no consolidation or really nothing, well then I could kind of expect that other stocks that are in play aren't really gonna have the same pattern. Because I mean, kind of like this JP Morgan here, you know, you want to see the 1, the 2, the 3 somewhere out here, and then even a shorter 4. Well, if the market's going to be running like it is, it's just going to keep chopping up. It's just going to make kind of a just uptrend. It's not going to consolidate like I'd like to see it, at least not as much. That's probably why I'm not finding any trades, is because everything's running the way that it is. I'm not going to see my kind of consolidation range patterns that I'm looking for in an uptrending market. So, which is another reason why I really want to expand on my my strategies and my playbook, which is also a book that I have to read. So my problem with this TV trade was that you kind of got two trend lines up on the top, resistance trend lines, and I'm entering in on the break of the first one. I'm entering in full size as well. I think what I should have done on this one is gone half size to break the first, and then added the rest as it got up here, because at this point I'm just kind of trading a 1-to-1 super tiny, just trying to take profits near the high of day. What I definitely think I should have done is gone half first and then added the rest, because it's not the cleanest triangle yet. You got a very nice bull flag, comes back, makes the 2, then we got the 3, makes another bull flag almost, and then kind of a 4 in there because it retests the moving averages, and I figured it was good enough to make a new big run up. But it just doesn't. Okay, so I enter this trade. Ah, come on. So I'm trying to get in at 11. Bunch of buyers below. So now I'm in, and we got selling. There's not really anybody on my side. Couldn't see that big block down there, but time and sales is definitely not in my favor to start this trade. People don't agree with me. There's no point in watching this now. All it does is just go straight down against me. See a big seller there. Really, I mean, there's just, the tape is slow, nothing's picking up, there's no buying going on down here. It's really just an ugly trade, just right from the beginning. Maybe I should have exited here. I mean, I still wanted to give it that chance to come up and pop back up, but it's just, nothing went in my favor. There was just nothing going for me there. So time and sale is definitely not my favorite. Another thing is no sectors. Was the sector helping? Nothing. Not a single one of my trades the sector was helping yet. So I'm looking at it again because it does pop back up. Then I'm wanting to take it long. Hold on. Didn't catch it. Alright, so I'm trying to get in at 15. Moving average is still moving up. Nothing wrong with entering the trade the second time if it's going to make that move. My only problem is my first loser on it was just, it was a full stop loss loss. It's kind of like, it's just like a big mix. There's not too many buyers outweighing the sellers, but the sellers are, it's just matched. It's pretty even. We get up to 20. Definitely saying big numbers. Still getting up to the 20. But now it looks like it's starting to lose strength. Now it's starting to run out. Now it's just a bunch of small buyers, and then just a big flood of red. But I mean, the stock hasn't come back to retest anything. So I mean, I still feel like there's no reason to get out of it just yet. It's really looking like this 15 is holding. So maybe what I should do is, like, since this 15 is holding so hard and sellers are really trying to take it out, if that 15 drops, do I really still want to be in the trade? Oh yeah, it's all green, but it's all on down ticks. I think a much better exit strategy would have been if that 15 doesn't hold, because there's no big buyers coming in right now. Yeah, and there finally breaks, and then breaks pretty hard. So now I'm just looking for a little bit of a pullback to get out. I mean, this is about it, really. Buyers pushed it back up, but I mean, I didn't see too much of anything that I still like about it. Yeah, it's just slowing down. I feel like it's just gonna fail here. There's no buying pressure. It's just like a little tick here, a little tick there, and then I finally bail on the trade. What does it do after? So yeah, I was right here. Yeah, I pulled back, and then it failed again, and just had the major drop there. Okay, so that's probably a right idea. Oh, but was time and sales in my favor for this trade? I don't know, it kinda was the start. As soon as I answered, it kinda was. Hmm. I don't know, actually. Maybe it is kind of half and half. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes, but I'm not 100% certain. One day I'll be able to go back and say for certain if it is a yes or a no. Alright, so then I took square, another bull flag, symmetrical triangle, got the 1, got the 2, the 3, and the 4. Moving averages were kind of worrying me because it looks like they were kind of on the top, but with the 590 MA coming up on it, as well as obviously a big gap up in a recent really big run, tech's only slightly up on the day. Figured it was good enough, so I wanted to get in 41. Kind of, this is another thing that I noticed after the fact, is this 40 is a, it's kind of like a refresh seller. So you can see we're struggling this whole time to get above it. What I should have done is I should have placed my order above the high of this candle. Because as soon as we get up there, definitely got a lot of huge buyers in my favor. But again, red highlights but the green upticks, so I can't tell. Other than that, nothing too much. And then it just gets sold right back down. And pretty much at this point it's just now I need to get out, because if I'm off sides that quick, that fast, then chances are I'm probably not gonna be right. Again, it's slowing down. There's nobody's trying to get in. It's probably just gonna drop again. And I think it did too. I'm pretty sure it came back to retest VWAP. Yeah, I just bail on it. Yeah, it comes all the way back. I don't know, just a rough day, really. I don't know. You're just gonna lose some, I guess. There was definitely things that I wish I noticed now. I mean, this Tiva trade, well, at least the square trade probably shouldn't have happened. I don't know. Even the Tiva trade, just tough calls. Not gonna win everything, and unfortunately, my big 3 losses just decided to happen all in a row. Really, this whole month so far, but I don't know. I'm still happy to be trading, happy to be back. Next week should definitely be better, but as for things that I did good, I didn't force any trades. I definitely got better at reading the tape. Goals for next week is to keep tracking time and sales, making sure that I'm looking at points where I can be aggressive if I'm on the right side of a trade, and definitely expand on the new strategies. Start practicing them through think or swim. Just really experimenting with things, trying to get more numbers, more data based on them, and then start using them live. I know my gap and go trades definitely work, and with my new time and sales reading ability, I guess, should definitely be much better, because I know those trades are within seconds as well, if it decides to happen in seconds. But they're definitely faster. I'm not going to be holding on to a gap and go trade for 4 or 5 minutes or something. But things that went bad this week, I don't know. I can't really say that I didn't pay attention to time and sales because I've just gotten better at reading time and sales over the past week. I guess maybe my entries were a little too early. Too early based on, I know SQ had the, I'll say hidden seller, but kind of a refresh seller, and it really struggled to break out above him. I need to go back and look at it because something was off about this Tiva trade and I just can't remember. Oh yeah, the first Tiva trade was I answered on the break of the first trend line, but there was a second trend line right above it. So, definitely good learning experience, I guess. As long as I'm taking away something over the week, and every single day can always turn a negative day into a positive day, so gotta be happy about that. So that's pretty much all I got for now, and I'll just be back on Tuesday. Market is closed on Monday. Thanks for watching.